Okay, it's been a while since I made a video, but we moved into our condo and we have appliances. And getting appliances was such a pain. So just kind of share some experiences on that. I really wanted black stainless steel, and so first we went to Home Depot, and they just I don't know if it was just the people that were on the floor at the time, but they just didn't seem to know anything about what they had there, and they they couldn't do like a bulk discount or anything for the fact that we needed everything, because we got fridge, microwave, range hood, the stove, dishwasher, and a washer and dryer. And so then we went over to Sears, and Sears said that they could do, that even though they had like 3 different brands on the floor, the only ones they actually had in stock were Kenmore. They told us that they had the black stainless steel, fingerprint resistant, and Kenmore in stock. So we go through and we pick out everything, and they're like, oh, don't worry about those prices, you'll get a big discount. So in the end, we did get offered a big discount, but they didn't have anything in black. They had they had like one thing, even though the whole time we were shopping, they're like, oh yeah, we have that. And so then they made us another quote that was for a different, like, not something that we hadn't even seen. They hadn't even shown us in the store, but everything was way more expensive, and they wanted us to wait like 3 months for the refrigerator. And you're like, no, we are not waiting 3 months for a refrigerator. You need to come up with something that you have a refrigerator. But so there was a lot of back and forth with Sears. And so also our building had a thing worked out where they had a quote from GE Caribbean, a distributor of only GE appliances, and they're like, oh well, everything all together is, I think it was like $4,800. And so we called them, and I was like, okay, so because the quote was also from about a year ago, so I was asking, okay, a lot of these products that you listed have discontinued. Do you have them in stock? And he was like, oh well, we have a fridge and a stove, and we'll see what we can do for the rest of it. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean like a month? Does that mean 2 weeks? Does that mean 3 months? And he had no clue. And it was just like, we called him probably 4 or 5 times, and every time he's like, oh well, I'm gonna text you my email address. And finally, about the 4th time that he said he was gonna do that, he did that. So that by that point, we were just sick of him. We didn't even want to buy their appliances because we just felt like he wasn't a dependable person. Then we went to Best Buy, and it was a crazy system. They don't have any inventory in Puerto Rico, and then their computers were super slow. So he would show me, he sat down with me at a computer, and he was on, like, it was like dial-up internet. It was so freaking slow. He was going on to the Best Buy US website to find the product number. Like, he was using the filter on the US website. And then he was going onto their store system, typing in the item number, and then the price would be like $600 more per item. And then they weren't going to give any sort of discounts for buying so many products. They didn't have any package deals. I sat down with them for about 45 minutes, and we had only had 3 things picked out, and then he said his system crashed and he had to start over. And so then we just left. We were like, this is ridiculous, because it was going to end up costing a ridiculous amount of money too. So we did end up going with Sears. then so it was $5,800 total. I mean, we got decent stuff. Counter depth stainless steel fridge. The dishwasher is kind of nice. It's got like, I don't know. I like it when it doesn't have the handle, and it's got all sorts of settings. And the only thing we got high efficiency was the washer and dryer, because in Kenmore the only things that are the Energy Star are the Kenmore Elites, and it was ridiculous the cost of a Kenmore Elite fridge versus a Kenmore fridge. Like, it would take about 10 years to make up for the difference in the power costs. I really like my range top. It's got the cover, it like goes over the edge of it. And so they tried to deliver our appliances on Friday of last week, and then, or no, maybe it was Saturday, I don't remember, but we scheduled it with our security for our building, and the security guards, like the construction were completely blocking our service elevator. And the delivery guys from the company that Sears contracted were 2 hours late. Like, they gave us a 3-hour window, and they were 2 hours after the 3-hour window. And so we're just like, well, it was empty earlier when you were supposed to be here. And so they were throwing a little hissy fit that they couldn't deliver our appliances, and we were yelling at security and construction to clear the dock so that we could get clear the whatever you call it, the service elevator area, so that we could get our stuff. So they ended up having to come back the next day, and then we finally got all the stuff up here. And then when we ordered the Sears appliances, they asked us if we had a 3-prong or 4-prong outlet, and we told them, I think it was the 4, and then the delivery guys come and they bring the 3, and so my husband drives over to the Sears and tries to exchange them, and then they're like, oh, well, we don't have the 4-prong. And then we realized that, like, the dryer doesn't have one of those exhaust duct tubes, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't have that. And then our dishwasher couldn't be installed because our construction crew hadn't done the plumbing underneath the sink, so we had to have them come out and do that. And so it's taken us like over 2 weeks. I guess, yeah. Actually, I guess the whole process has taken us about 3 weeks to get appliances into this condo, and a lot of that is just. Oh, and the other thing was when they unpacked everything and they put all this together, like, they put the handles on when there was still plastic on the fridge, and so I ended up having to take the thing apart. And so there's just some terrible craftsmanship and frustrations with shipping and inventory, and just chaos and poor computer systems that these stores have to deal with. Like, at first I thought everyone that we were dealing with was incompetent, but now I realize that, like, a lot of it's not their fault, and maybe they're just kind of used to it because they're dealing with such terrible systems. But yeah. That's our crazy Puerto Rico story, and so we are working on getting furniture in our place. So I can kind of show you the start of our living room. See, we have no dining room, just stuff on the floor right now. But I will do a video about kind of some furniture places we discovered. So we're going with like a mustard and aqua and kind of a gray color scheme. Alright, so check out my other videos on moving to Puerto Rico. See ya.